Okay guys, let's get into our warm-up. So first things first, we're going to do a little bit of mobility just to loosen up. We're going to start with a nice deep squat, and then in this position, if you can get down nice and low, we're just going to push those knees out to the side. So when we are doing our warm-up, we want to try and stay nice and active and take those muscles through the full range of motion. So do a couple of those, stand back up, shake those legs out, and then get down nice and low again. Awesome, that's 30 seconds. So into the next one, same position, we're just going to open that chest up and take those arms above your head. Same thing, shake those legs out and back down. So as we're sitting a lot in the office, it's really important to keep opening these hips and to keep strengthening those glutes. Awesome. So our next one, we're going to move into an inchworm. So taking those arms down your legs, big stretch through those hammies, walking those hands up. A bit of a brace here, really strong through our core, and then walking those hands back into your toes and standing up. So try and get a really deep stretch through those hammies before we walk out. Belly button to spine, nice and strong through your core. And standing up. Perfect. The next one, we're going to make it a little bit harder. We're going to walk out, execute a push-up, and then walk those hands back in. Once again, walking out into our push-up, and those hands back in. So throughout these workouts, we're going to scale so you can be able to do them at all levels. So if you can't do any push-ups, you can go down onto those knees and then walk those hands back in to make it a little bit easier. Perfect. The next one, we've got a hip flexor opener. So we're going to go down into our hip flexor position and then just open those hips up. And do both sides of your body. Should feel a deep stretch all through this hip region. We're going to swap legs, hands on the ground, open up either side, and even push through those hips. Very good. So we're feeling nice and stretched, nice and limber. If there's anything else that you feel like you need to stretch during this time, you can have a little stretch, but we'll move into a bit more of an active warm-up now. So we're going to go for 10 squats to start with. When we're squatting, we want those feet to be nice and wide apart, so your legs are right underneath those hips, and getting down nice and low, particularly in our warm-up. Perfect. The next one, we've got 5 push-ups. So down, once again, if you need to, you can scale it back to on your knees, but if you can, up onto those toes. 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Next into lunges. So we're going to go 5 each leg. Nice and active. And changing those legs every time. 8, 9, and 10. Good. 20 star jumps. 5, 6, 7. Very good, guys. Keep it up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I know everyone hates burpees, but I'm going to get you guys to do a fair bit of these throughout the workout. So when we're doing our burpees, we want to get down nice and low to the ground, if you can, and then work your way back up and a big jump at the top. How we scale these is, if you need to, you can just go on your hands, take those legs out, bring your legs back in, but if you can, get all the way down to the ground and jump back up again. Very good, guys. Your heart rate should be up nice and high and ready for our workout. Make sure again, if you're feeling any areas of soreness, that you give it a bit of a stretch before we start our workout. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to week 1, session 3. So this session, we're going to do a strength session. We're going to roll with 40 seconds on and 20 seconds off. So a little bit more of a rest period in this one. And within our 40 seconds, we're trying to get as many reps as possible, but we're really focusing on form with our strength and also time under tension. So time under tension just means that time that we are going down in our eccentric phase and then coming up. So we want to be a little bit slower during our strength sessions to make sure that we are really challenging our muscles during this. So what we're going to do for this strength session is going to be 5 exercises in our first block for 40 seconds on and 20 seconds off. And we're going to do that by 2. And then I'll give you the next set of exercises during our rest break. So first things first, we're going to start with our squats. With our squat form, we want to keep our feet shoulder width apart, just underneath our hips, our chest up nice and high. You can cross those arms over and we want to get nice and low. Same thing with these, is we want to go pretty slow, and as we come up, it's a big squeeze of those glutes and a big squeeze of your quads. So think about getting your mind connected to those muscles that we're using. The second one, we're going to go into reverse lunges. So hands on your hip during these, and we're going to step back. You're going to try and get your knees all the way to the ground. If you need to scale it, we can just step back and go into a quarter lunge, okay? So getting those knees down nice and low. The same thing here. When you stand up at the top, we want to squeeze our glutes nice and tight. Squeeze your quads and squeeze your core. On the way back up as well, we're going to push all of our weight through our heel. Our next one is going to be side lunges. So in this position, we're going to go down into a side lunge and step back up. You'll go to the other side and step back up. So keeping our back nice and straight during these side lunges. All of our weight needs to be over this leg. Our knee stays over our toes and nice and strong underneath our ankles, and we're going to push our way back up. The next one will be single leg squats. So this one can be scalable. If you can, we're going to get down nice and low and get that knee to the ground and stand up. If you can't do this one, we will just go into a quarter squat and stand up. Again, bringing those hips through. So when we're doing this one, we're going to alternate those legs. It's similar to a lunge, but we want to try and not put too much weight through this leg. Put everything through your heel and push yourself back up to the top. Our last one for this is in our leg set, is we're going to move forward through our lunge and return. So really pushing that through that heel to get you back up. Same thing if you need to scale it, you can just go into a quarter lunge. All right guys, we're ready for a big leg session. Again, form is king. Make sure our form is spot on. Let's go. All right guys, here we go. We're starting in 3, 2, and go. So starting off with our squats. Once again, we want to drive through those heels and have a big squeeze of those glutes at the top. So we're really focusing on strength in this workout. Less speed, more muscle activation. Really good. Doing really well. Good. So think about squeezing everything, especially those glutes at the top. We've got 10 seconds here. That's it. Keep it going. 3, 2, and rest. Shake those legs out. We've got 20 seconds off. Big breaths. So our next one is going to be our reverse lunges, getting that knee nice and close to the ground. Starting in 5. And let's go. Once again, all about the strength in this workout, less speed, more muscle activation. As we're pushing up, really put your weight through those heels and up and squeeze. Great work guys, doing so well. Keep breathing, control that breath. 10 seconds here. So if these are a little bit too easy, you can also add some weight to your lunges. It could be some milk cartons, could be some flour, rest there, could be shopping bags, whatever you have at home to make these strength workouts a little bit harder. If you've got a dumbbell or a kettlebell at home or any other equipment, that could be a great thing to use as well. Really good guys. Our next one's our side lunges, and let's go. So really nice and controlled. We're gonna alternate these. Remembering with this one, we want our knee coming straight over those toes. Really good. Big squeeze on the way up, drive through those heels. Awesome work. Really try and push off that side. Doing so well. 10 seconds. Once again, you can add a weight to this one to make it that little bit harder if you need to. And rest. Awesome job. We've got our single leg squats now, remembering that these are a little bit like a reverse lunge, but we're going to place our foot on the ground behind us and try and use our heel to get up and squeeze that glute. Starting in 5 seconds. Good, let's start on our right leg for this one. We're going to load this side. Good. Nice and controlled. To make this one a little bit easier, you can just do a quarter single leg squat if you need to. If you want to really challenge yourself, you can take it all the way to the ground and back up. Good, pushing our weight all the way through that heel to feel it in that glute. The next set, we're going to use our left leg. Really good, guys. 5 seconds. We've got forward lunges next. And rest there, good. 20 seconds off. So remember which leg you used. Awesome job. Forward lunges in 5 seconds. Ready, and go. So once again, we're alternating with this one. Keeping our chest up nice and high. And we're really pushing through that heel to return us back. Good, really good. Keep it up. Doing so well. Let's keep our belly button locked into our spine, keep our core engaged as we're doing this one. If we need to regress it, you can just take it a little bit lighter and not go as deep. You can really challenge yourself, get that knee all the way down. So good, guys. We've got a big rest after this. Awesome. Really good. 20 seconds off. So we're going to go back to the start. We've got one more round through, and then we'll have a break. Should be getting that heart rate up nice and high. All right, starting on our squats, and let's go. So for our next set, we're going to be using our arms as well. If you can, add some weight to these exercises to really empty the tank. So good, guys. Keep it up. Remembering that this is a strength workout. We don't want to go too quickly. It's all about that mind-muscle connection and activating those glutes at the top. Good. 10 seconds. Big squeeze. And squeeze. Good. 3, 2, and rest there. 20 off. Great work, guys. Doing so well. Next one's our reverse lunges. Couple of deep breaths. Bring that heart rate down. All right. Ready, and let's go. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. So as we go slower, we're getting a little bit more time under tension, which just means our muscles are getting a few more micro tears in it, which is a really good thing. It means that we're getting a little bit stronger. You might feel a little bit more sore after a strength workout. So well done. We've got 10 seconds. Keep it up. 5 now. Side lunges are next. And rest there. Good. Great work. Shake those legs out. All right, 10 seconds. Remembering to keep that chest up nice and high for our side lunges. We're going to get down a little bit deeper than we did last time. Ready, and let's go. 40 on. Alternate through. Nice and deep. That's it, guys. Really push off that heel, squeeze your glutes at the top. Good job. 20 to go. Hang in there. That's it. And 5 seconds. 3, 2, and rest. Awesome job. So last time we did our right leg, we're going to do our left leg for our single leg squats. So once again, trying to get down nice and low and standing up without using the weight of your back leg. We're nearly there, guys. We've got 2 more exercises, then we'll have our big break in between and we'll work on our arms for the second set. Here we go. Good. Once again, if you need to scale this one, you can just go into little quarter squats, still getting that glute activation. If you need to, you can even put your hand where you're meant to be activating, so those glutes in the back of those hammies there, really good. If you can, try and keep it nice and low. Once again, we're going nice and slow, time under tension. 5 seconds, a couple more. And rest. Awesome, guys. Should be feeling the burn now. Shake those legs out. We've got 1 exercise to go, then we've got a break. So our forward lunges. I'm going to challenge you here to do these ones as slow as possible. So our last exercise of our legs. 2, 1. All right, let's stay with me. Nice and slow. Nice and controlled. Push through that heel. On the way back up. Good, we've got 30 seconds of burn to go, then you've got to rest. Good, hang in there, stay with me. Really good. Quads should be burning. Glutes should be burning. 10 seconds, guys. Really slow. I'm going to slow it down again. Awesome work. Last one. And rest there. Good job, guys. Grab a drink. Wash that sweat off with a towel. And I'm going to talk you through the exercises for round 2. All right, guys, well done. So let's have a little break now. Have a drink. Wipe your sweat off with that towel. And I'm going to talk you through our second round of exercises. So you'll need a chair or something that you can do dips on during this time as well. So get that prepared. So what we're going to do for our first exercise is we're going to go into narrow push-ups. So always with our push-ups, these are scalable. If you need to, go on those knees. And we're going to put our hands in a diamond formation on the ground. We can go down on those knees. If you need to scale it, if you can, up on those toes, core nice and tight, pushing yourself up in that position there, okay? The second one is our dips, so using that chair or whatever you have, it could be the side of the table or a park bench. Once again, our first scalable position is keeping those knees out, and then the next one with our legs out a little bit further for those dips. Exercise number 3 is going to be burpees. We love burpees, so getting down nice and low into that position, and then jumping up nice and high. You can take these ones a little bit slower, and I really want you to focus on pushing yourself from the ground as hard as possible, okay? So really getting up. Once again, if you need to scale it, same thing. Do your push-up, and then jump up nice and high in the air. The next one for this is going to be our wide push-up. So we're going to take our hands into a wider position. So once again on our knees, if you need to, push-ups are coming nice and wide to work that chest. If you can come up onto your toes, core nice and tight, wide push-ups, they're nice and hard. All right, guys, and we've got one more exercise. So this last one is T's, Y's, and W's. On the ground here, we're going to make T's. We're going to squeeze our glutes and our shoulders nice and tight. We're going to go into W's, squeeze those shoulders nice and tight, and then we're going to go into Y's and squeeze those shoulders nice and tight. So we're just going to keep working through this strength exercise for the 40 seconds as well, keeping our form nice and tight. All right, guys, so there are exercises. We've got 5 exercises, 40 on, 20 off, 2 rounds. Let's get it. So we're going to start. Our first exercise is our push-up in a narrow position. So here we go. Good. Should be making a diamond with these hands. As many as you can. Remember, our form is staying nice and tight. If you need to, as always, drop down to those knees. We're still trying to get our chest to the ground. Good. Hang in there. We've got 5 seconds. And rest there. 20 off. Great work. So, as I mentioned, you're going to need a bench for this one. It can be a chair, it can be a park bench, whatever you have. We're going to keep trying to bring our heart rate down during these rest periods. Alright, down for dips. Good. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. I want you to really squeeze your triceps at the top, which is, keep going there, your triceps at the back of your arm. We're going to really squeeze it at the top as we lift those hips up off the ground. Good. Our rest period is coming, but if you need to rest during the sets, you're up here in this isolated position. Let's try and keep our hips up and not drop those hips down. Good. Keep pushing them out. If you want to make it harder, you can send those legs out a little bit longer. Good, and rest. Well done, guys. Next one's our Berkey with a push-up. Move those benches out of the way. So we're really focusing on the push-up out of this Berkey position. Starting in 5. Ready? Let's go. Keep those legs out. Down. Push up. And jump. Awesome work. Remember, if you need to scale this one, you can come down to those knees. Do your push-up, and then back up. Good job, 10 seconds. And rest there. Great work, guys. We're really getting the chest going in this one. We're going to go out to some wide push-ups. So coming back onto the ground, try and bring that heart rate down. Our hands are going to be out a little bit wider for these. Quite tough to do on your toes, but give it a shot. If not, you can drop down to those knees. Good. If you need to, scale it down. Drop to those knees. Hands stay out nice and wide. Keep going there. What we want to see with our push-ups is your belly button into your spine, a really, really straight back. Let's keep those reps going. Chest comes all the way to the ground. Push all the way back up. We need to rest. We rest here at the top. And rest there. Well done. Great work. Okay, a little bit of an easier one here. Have a rest on the front of your stomachs for this one. We're going to go into our T's, our W's, and our Y's. So our T's are out to the side, our W's, and then we're pressing out for our Y's. Here we go. T's first. Stay with me for this one. And W's. Good. And Y's. Big squeeze. Good. T's. W's. And push up for those Y's. T's. W's. And Y's. I want you to give me the thumbs up here, so let's keep those thumbs up nice and high to the sky. T's. W's. Big squeeze. And Y's. Good. And rest there. Well done. Good. One set down. We've got one more to go. So you should be feeling it across those shoulders and that chest at the moment. Give those shoulders a little roll out. I want you to really try and empty the tank here. We've got one more set to go. All right, we're starting off with our narrow push-ups. Here we go. Good, if they start to get too tough, drop down to those knees. Good, belly button to spine. Hang in there. If we're resting here. Good job. We've got 10 seconds. Great work, guys. 5 seconds to go. Excellent, well done. Bring that chair back in. We've got our dips here. If you need to, you can give those arms a little stretch out. All right, here we go. 40 seconds of dips. Once again, nice and controlled. Really squeeze at the top. Good. Keep these going. I want you to really think about pulling your belly button into your spine. As we dip down, try not to lean forward too much. Really push up through those heels of your palm. Good. Hang in there for resting. We're in this top position. A few more to go. And rest, guys. Great work. All right. Get this heart rate up, Berkey push-ups. Once again, focusing on the push-up. We can always scale this one if it gets too hard. We're starting in 5 seconds. And let's go. Big jump. Awesome work. If you need to, drop down to those knees. Get those legs back in. Really get off the ground. Good job, guys. Hang in there. 10 seconds. And rest there. Really good. All right. We're so close, we've got 2 exercises to go. Back down to the ground. We've got our wide push-ups, and then we're gonna finish with our T's, W's, and Y's to finish. All right, here we go. Nice and wide. Good. Keep this really steady, consistent. Try and keep the same tempo. We wanna stay on these hands for as long as possible. And if we need to rest, we're resting here at the top. Stay in our push-up position. $15 now. Doing so well, guys. Keep it up. Five seconds. Let's go. Excellent work. Well done. Should be really feeling it across that chest. All right, our last one for today. So I really want you to think about squeezing those shoulder blades as much as you can when we're in this position. So getting that mind connected to those muscles we're using. Here we go, T's first. Give me the thumbs up. Good, W's. Big squeeze, squeeze as hard as you can. And Y's, push them up. Good, T's. All right, biggest squeeze yet for W's. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Good, push them up for Y's. Hold there, hold there. 2, 1, good, T's. Good, W's. And Y's. And rest. Awesome work, guys. That's our workout done. Great great work. We're going to do our warm down now. So we're going to try and stretch all the areas that we used during our workouts and all the main muscle groups. But first things first is bringing that heart rate down. Okay, so we're going to take 3 deep breaths. So breathing's really good for your nervous system, just to go back into that parasympathetic nervous system and to just cool everything down. So we're going to start off our flow by going into our hip flexor and just pushing through this stretch. Same thing, keeping that breath nice and active and trying to stretch through that muscle a little bit more and bringing yourself back. So keep breathing through it. We'll stay here for about 30 seconds each stretch, and then we'll move on to the next one. So the next one's our hammy, just placing that foot out in front of you. With our hamstring, you can roll it around in all different positions, remembering that our hamstring isn't just one muscle, it's 3 major muscles within that group. Good, you can lean forward a little. Nice one. So from this position, we're going to fall into our glute. So falling to the left and then coming forward to stretch that glute. You can stay upright if you can, but if you want a deeper stretch, you can go all the way down to the ground if you can. You can even put your head into your hands there. Keep that breath going. Doing really well. And with this one, you can kind of rock into some different positions. If you feel there's a little tight spot on one side, move more into that tightness. Take 3 or 4 deep breaths. Awesome. Next, we're going to roll back into our quad. So we're stretching our right quad. You can use your arm as a balancing platform. And if you reach up overhead, you just get a deeper stretch all through your thoracic, down your hip, and into that quad. Good, keep breathing. Awesome. The last one on this side is we're going to reach up overhead, push this knee down to the ground, and stretching over. So you should feel a big deep stretch all through the side of your body, from that armpit all the way down to that hip. Really good, guys. Okay, so I just did this side here, so we're going to swap sides. We're going to do that all again. So starting with our hip flexor, moving through. Place that arm up overhead to make that stretch a little bit deeper. Keep finding those sore spots and keep moving through. Big deep breaths, moving to our hammy. Once again, moving around, finding some different spots. You can move your foot up and down. You can reach down a little bit further, or you can stay upright and just push those hips through, whatever feels good for you. Awesome, moving into our glute. So from our hip flexor position, we're gonna go to the right this time. You're gonna fall into it, stretching down nice and low. If you can, pop your head to the ground. You can move into all different positions again. Really good, guys. Keep breathing through. Awesome. We're going to fall back into our quad now. So same thing, we're stretching our left quad this time. Hand comes up and over. And we're really pushing through this front hip. If you can, activate that glute on your left side and you'll push through the front of that hip even more to open it up. Really good, guys. Last one is our back stretch again. So taking our left hand to our right knee and just stretching up and over. You should feel it down your whole right side with this one. Really good, guys. As always, if there's anything else you feel like you need to stretch, then jump in and do that, but great work for today's session.